Elly here from Thankful Flow Yoga. Thank you for joining me for another YouTube flow. Every week I'm releasing 2 YouTube flows at the moment, completely free. One of them is usually kind of quite a slightly stronger, more challenging power type flow, and the other one is usually a little bit more stretchy and restorative. So keep a lookout for that. Today, this flow is going to be quite a strong power flow. So if you're new to yoga, then I suggest keeping a lookout for some of my other flows. If you do have a yoga practice and want to try something strong and challenging today, then this is the flow for you. But as always, really listening to your body, taking different options and modifications that are offered. Remembering you can take a child's pose absolutely any time. We will start with grounding into the class. So you've got the option today to either be in kneeling position, or if you would like to, you can come into your hero pose. So we're guiding the heels, we're rolling the calves out, and the heels are coming out to the side, and my hips are coming either to the mat, or my hips are coming to a block, maybe a couple of blocks, to give you a little bit more space. So once you've found your seat, we'll ground into the class for a couple of moments. So you could just rest your hands on your lap here, and we'll close off the eyes. You'll start to take some deep inhales and exhales. As you grow the spine tall, start to reach the crown of your head towards the ceiling. Relax through the neck, the shoulders. Let your shoulder blades run down your back. Observe where your breath is traveling to in your body today. Leading with the breath, following with the body, and observing with the mind. Accepting the body that you're in today. Honoring that could feel quite different on different days. Noticing what your breath is communicating to you. Maybe using your breath as a tool to refocus or anchor, bringing you back into the present moment, away from the busy thinking mind. Start to open your eyes back up if you have them closed. Start coming back into the physical body. And remember that you can adjust the legs at any time. So if hero pose is feeling quite strong for you, if you come into that option, you can just change the legs, listening to your body. Take the right hand to the mat beside you. Inhale, lift the left arm up towards the ear. Exhale, come over into the stretch. Keep breathing here. Feeling the left side body opening up. Exhale, sweep the left arm down to the mat beside you. Inhale, lift it up and out of the waist, reach the right arm up. Exhale, coming into the the stretch. Right side body opening up this time. Keeping this grounded hand nice and light on the mat. You should be able to take it away at any time. Keeping space across the chest. Breathing into the stretch. Sweep the right hand back down. And we'll start to come into a twist. So left hand to the right knee, right hand on the mat behind you. Inhale, lift up and out of the waist first. Exhale into the twist. Gaze coming over the right shoulder or in that direction. Start to release, coming onto the opposite side. Inhale, lift up and out of the waist, find the length first. Exhale as you come into the twist. Allow your gaze to follow. Trusting your breath, listening to your breath. And release, come back to neutral and start to come into tabletop position on your mat, that all fours position. And then from here, checking your shoulders above the wrists, hips above the knees. Inhale, lift your gaze forwards, open across the chest. Exhale, drop the head, round the spine, start coming into your cat and cow. You can flow with your own breath here. Opening the chest, shining the heart forwards on the inhale, and rounding the spine, dropping the head on the exhale. And then maybe you start to take some bigger movements, anything that feels good in your body. So maybe you're coming back through a child's pose on the exhale. Maybe on the inhale, you're opening into an upward dog or a cobra maybe. Maybe you're sticking with your cat and cow. Maybe that's where you're feeling for today. There's no right or wrong. You're listening to your body, being aware. Then that is the best place to be in your practice, in that place of awareness. Being the observer. Come back to neutral. And we're gonna tuck the toes under and start to walk the feet in towards the hands and peel the body up, meeting into Dasana mountain pose at the top of your mat in this standing position, feet roughly hip width apart, grounding through the feet. Inhale from here, sweep the arms up, grow your spine tall. Exhale, forward fold. Soften the knees as much as you need to. Inhale, lift the chest and lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, float the hands down, step the feet back, work through your version of Chaturanga. Inhaling through upward facing dog or cobra. Exhaling through downward facing dog. Press the mat away from you with your hands. Remember, you can take child's pose at any time that you need to throughout the practice. Lifting your hips away from your ribs, finding space. Breathing here. Take a moment to check in. Notice what's alive in the body today. On your next inhale, come to your toes and step or jump the feet in towards the hands. Lift the chest and lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, sit the hips back, Utkatasana. Arms coming to the ears, or you could have them out in front. And we're really squeezing the thighs together, belly's coming away from the thighs. Imagining that there's a seat behind you. Breathing freely here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest and lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, float the hands down to the mat, step or jump back and vinyasa. Inhaling through upward facing dog or cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Hands and feet pressing down and away. Really pressing the mat away from you with your hands, finding space through the shoulders. Relax the head and the neck. Let the head and the neck release any tension here. Just let it hang heavy. Keep reaching the hips up to the sky. Sweep the left leg up, three-leg dog. You can either keep the hips square or you can open through the hips here. Just be mindful to keep the shoulders really strong. And from your three-leg dog, sweep this left leg through. Step the left foot through between the hands. Inhale the arms up to the sky. Option to take Cali Mudra here with the hands. Being strong and stable in your high lunge. On every inhale, lifting up and out of the waist. And the exhale, release. Now from here, with control, we're going to drop this right knee down to the mat. Release the toes, coming into your low lunge. Activating through the left glute, the left thigh, knees roughly above the ankle. Staying in your Cali Mudra position with the hands if you can here. Now, if it feels more stable for you, you can absolutely bring the hands down to the mat or bring the hands to blocks. But if you want to really try and work in some balance and strength here and not use the hands with this, then see how it feels. Keep your hands in this Cali Mudra and shift the hips back so you're bringing the weight into this right leg and releasing the left leg and bringing the toes away from the mat. And now you can start to sweep the arms out in front of you and pushing forward. So we're lengthening through the spine and almost coming into this balancing fold over the left leg. So we're keeping the spine long here. No worries if you're wobbling all over the place, it's all part of the practice. You can release the hands now and take them down if you haven't already. And just come into the fold here, this deep stretch through the back of the left leg. You can have your hands on blocks here, of course, because we want to keep this lovely length through the spine, not rounding the spine here. Ardha Hanumanasana. Then we're going to start to bring the weight forwards again. So option to keep the hands grounded. You can have the hands on blocks, or maybe you want to take this Cali Mudra with the hands by the head, and maybe you want to start coming up with the body as you bring the weight back forwards into your low lunge with control. Give it a go, have some fun with it. See how it feels to then tuck under this back right foot. Maybe you're keeping the hands in Cali Mudra, but don't worry if you need to bring them down. And then we're going to power up through the back leg, back to our high lunge. Well done. You can release the hands, bring them to heart center. And then we're going to start to push forwards, bring the weight into this left leg. And we're going to lower the right hand down, coming into a revolved half moon position. So right hand coming down to the mat or a block, and this left hand is coming up towards the ceiling into this twist. This is a really strong place to be. Revolved half moon. Maybe your gaze is coming up towards the left hand. Feeling into any wobbles and shakes here. Well done, you're doing great. And release the hands. Soften through the left leg and step the feet back, meeting in a plank position. And come through your chaturanga, inhaling through upward facing dog or cobra, and exhaling into your downward facing dog. Pause here, feeling that fire in the body, power. Belly buttons coming in towards the spine. Check in with your breath. You always take a child's pose. Gaze coming between the knees. And start to bring the right leg away this time. Sweeping the right leg up into your three-leg dog. Hips can be square or you can open through the hips, making sure to stay strong through the shoulders. Breathing here. Start to sweep this right leg through. Bring the right leg between the hands. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Find your Cali Mudra with the hands, coming into your high lunge. Inhale, lift up and out of the waist. Exhale, release. Inhale, exhale. Well done. From here with control, see if you can drop this left knee down, release the toes. Coming into your low lunge, keeping the Cali Mudra with the hands if you can. If not, you can float your hands down to the mat or put your hands on some blocks here. Just checking that this front knee is in line with the ankle. And then from here with control, start to shift the hips back, bringing the weight onto the left leg and raising these right toes away from the mat. And then maybe with control, see if you can come down and with your hands staying in the Cali Mudra here. Oh, don't worry, it may not look like it, but I am wobbling and shaking here. Keeping the spine nice and long. And release the hands coming into the fold. Doesn't matter if this right leg isn't completely straight. This is a really deep stretch to come into. So just coming to a place where you can feel the opening in your body, where you're keeping that length through the spine. Maybe you start to bring the hands away. Find your Cali Mudra again. Start to bring the body up and shift that weight forwards back into the front right leg as you reach the arms up to the sky. Well done. Tuck the left toes under. Power up through the back leg. Back to your high lunge. Keeping that Cali Mudra with the hands if you can. Feeling all those shakes and wobbles, you're doing great. And you can release the hands now, bring the hands to heart center. And then we're going to power into this right leg and start to come into your revolved half moon. So left hand is coming down to the mat. And then we're reaching the right arm up to the sky as we balance on the right leg. Maybe your gaze comes up towards this right hand, feeling into any wobbles or shakes. Keep breathing here. Well done. This left hand could be coming to a block. Doesn't have to be coming to the mat. One more breath. And release the hands down. Then through the right leg, step the feet back to plank. Inhale, come through upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale back into downward facing dog. Take a releasing breath here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Take a child's pose if that's what you need. We'll pedal out through the legs. Take a moment to check in. On your next inhale, step or dump the feet in towards the hands, lift the chest, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Soften the knees as much as you need to. Inhale, meet back in your Utkatasana. Thighs squeezing together, belly coming away from the thighs. And release to your Tadasana. Well done. Pause for a moment. Let the arms come to the side. You can close off the eyes just for a moment here to ground. Notice connection between your feet and the earth below. Notice any sensations in the body. Open the eyes back up. Move back into the physical body. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Grow the spine tall. Exhale, forward fold. Soften the knees as much as you need to. Inhale, lift the chest. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands down. Step back and come through your chaturanga. Inhaling into upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Relax the head and the neck. Turn the gaze between the knees. And then from here, we're going to see how it feels to jump the feet in. And we're going to jump into a Malasana squat. So from your downward facing dog, take a bend through the knees. So belly's coming towards the thighs. And this might feel like a really nice place to pause actually, and a really nice kind of stretchy feeling here. But then from here, we're going to jump the feet through into a Malasana. So I'll turn so that you can see me, but you can stay where you are at the top of the mat. So we're in our Malasana here. Now you can either stay in Malasana, and also remembering that for Malasana, quite often you might need a block under your hips. You might be up on your toes here. So take whichever option of Malasana works best for you. Or you can come into shoulder press pose here. So this is a little more of an advanced pose. And what we're doing is we're bringing the feet over the hands and tucking the arms. So my elbows are coming underneath my thighs here. So this is a really strong place to be, but maybe if you're quite comfortable in your Malasana, you've been working here maybe for a while, you can give this little pose a go. Again, just have a little bit of fun with it. And then the next progression from here is playing around with hovering the feet away from the mat, seeing how that feels. And when you're ready, just release the hips down to the mat. Well done. Bring the hips down. And we'll come into this wide leg position to finish the class off with a little stretch. So again, it doesn't matter how wide your legs are coming here. It really, really doesn't matter. Coming into about 70% of where you're at with this pose, so not your maximum. And we want to roll the thighs so they're facing the ceiling. Feet are flexed. Inhale, lift the ribs away from the hips. And then walk the hands forwards, leading with the chest. So maybe you're coming to about here. Come to a place that feels right for you without compromising the length through the spine. And come back to the breath. Keep the thighs shining towards the ceiling. Trying to keep the legs nice and active and switched on and engaged here. And slowly start to come up from the fold, walking the hands in. Well done. And we'll reach the legs in, come into either cross-legged or comfortable seated position. I'm in Tadasana. And close off the eyes for a moment. Find a neutral position with your spine. Option to take one hand to the chest, maybe one hand to the belly. Let your shoulder blades release and run down your back. Relax the muscles in your face and in your jaw. Observe your breath. You can take a releasing breath here, inhaling through the nose, and you can exhale out through the mouth like a big sigh. Open the eyes back up when you're ready. But as always, if you have more time and to go into Shavasana here, then please do. Thank you so much for being here and practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed this practice. I know it was a really challenging one, but have fun with it. We're all wobbling and falling out. So just keep imagining when you are doing these videos that there's probably someone else doing it around a similar time who's also feeling challenged by it as well. And that is all part of the practice. And take what you need on different days. As always, there's much more in-depth flows on my membership. The link to that is below, so please do check it out or come join a live Zoom class with me. I would love to see you there. And please subscribe to this channel if you want to see all the latest videos and practices coming up. And I hope to see you again very soon. Bye bye.